So I'm working on the kitchen, and I mean, look at it. It looks pretty good, right? Uh, but the work is not done. There's a lot left. For now, like this looks pretty good, but there's a lot of more details and a lot of like things that I want to take advantage of that I just can't fit into one episode, and it's just gonna take a long time too. So I don't want you waiting like 3 months just so I can get this thing done. I want to show you what I have done now, and I think you're gonna like it. So let's start from the top. So the first thing I want to show you is this thing here. It's actually the same vent plus control center that I had before. I just spray painted it and it came out pretty well. I do like the color that I used because it matches the sink, and then it blends really well with the black. So I think it's a good idea. So let's talk about this stove. It still works. It's in working condition, but there's a lot of rust like inside. Like if I open this up, which I don't know if you can see or not, but there's like a lot of rust in here. When I was taking it apart, like I could tell that there was just all this like rust here, and I didn't really think much about it. But then after a while, I was just like, it's too worn. And this stove isn't completely installed yet. There's still like some small cuts that I need to make, but I don't want to make these custom cuts to make this fit when like in about a year or maybe even less, I'm gonna want to upgrade to one that looks a lot better. So this here is the spice rack. I might add another one here. Right now it's not clipped onto anything, but in the future I plan on clipping it in here, so that way it's an RV, you don't want to move it around. Originally I wanted to have a pop-up like cutout because there's actually a pretty big like amount of space. I think like maybe like 5 inches. So I wanted to like cut this out and then have like a switch to like pop it up, but it just seemed like too much work for something that could easily be solved with this. So in the end I decided not to. Like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know, this does the job just as well. I think one thing too about the pop-up is I don't want people like to put stuff here and then raise it up and end up like breaking something here. So this is just like a safer way to go. I took out the sink. If you remember, it was like a double sink and there was like no counter space at all. I decided to add some space by putting just a single sink. But this is a pretty cool sink. It has a cutting board on top, right? And then you can have a drying rack here, and then just this like other rack thing down here too. And then behind the sink I got this pretty badass looking faucet, but it is kind of a lot. Let me explain like a little bit of it. So this thing here is the filtered water, so I'm planning on adding a water filter in the bottom, and then this one turns on, and then this one over here turns on these two. The weird thing is that each one has like its own like faucet key, and then so it's like, what's the point of having this if like you could just turn it on here and turn this on like that? I'm not too sure, but it looks cool. It matches the decor, matches like all the gold trim. If you go back here, I have these cups that I put in. Like this backspace is not really being used, so if I put it back here, it's like better utilizing the space that I have. So there's one more thing that I forgot to bring up. I am planning on adding some backsplash. That's why this isn't painted over here, but it's gonna be after I do everything else. I think that backsplash is gonna be like the last thing I do. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. This is my first time dealing with something like this, and it worked. So I'm happy about that, I guess. Check it out. Boom. I like it. Like it goes all the way to the back, in case you haven't seen it. This piece here is supposed to go in here, but I'm gonna wait until after I put the floors in. There's a piece that I forgot to put in there. I'm still painting it gold, but don't worry about that. Okay, so that's gonna be it. I think this came out really nicely. The stove that I'm looking for is gonna match this, so it'll look even better in a bit. And then for all the other upgrades that I'm gonna do, I think I want to have each like little upgrade be its own episode, because they're pretty cool things that I want to add, and I'm gonna be like testing a lot, and I don't know how long it's gonna take, so might as well just like not rush when I'm doing this. But I think that's it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if there's something that I think I should do better, or things that you like particularly. I don't know. If you have any questions, let me know.